critique what?
Sing it again. Sing it again.
It's crazy to think. No, I'm so glad I heard her say
Come on.
you're recording now.
Come on, let's do it.
2000
party over. Oops, out of time. So tonight we're gonna party like it's 1999. Whoa. Come on, say. I was dreaming when I wrote this. That's the ending of the best.
Bro, Prince had his own sound.
That is very true.
In so many eras, in the eras that he was in, nobody sounded like him. Not even remotely. Well, the people that he wrote for,
they all sounded like him. I feel like the songwriters like that, they have a specific sound. Like, now that I know that Prince wrote for Chaka Khan, the songs that he wrote for her, I can tell those are Prince records.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like even nowadays, people who write for other people, Beyonce's still gonna sound like Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Like Prince, even when he wrote songs for other people, it was his sound and it was him, and people wanted to do what he was doing. You know, Morris Day and the Time. What was that one song? Was that Morris Day and the Time that did 777?
9311? I think that was Prince.
Okay.
I think that was Prince.
He wrote it.
But I think what we got today, I don't think a lot of artists that are major stars are writing for other people anymore. I think the last of that was like
Michael. MJ.
Neo.
But he started off as a writer. He's like
writer, I'm saying like, as far as like songwriters that write for other people, but they also write for themselves. Like, you can tell their sound in other people. Like, you can tell a Neo song on Rihanna or Beyonce. It still sounds like them, but it still sounds like a Neo record.
Irreplaceable is,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that is a Neo. That's a quintessential Neo record.
You're right. Well,
and I don't think we have that.
Fine.
Huh?
My theory is gone out the window. Fine.
I just don't. No, I think you're right in that. Like, we don't have that today. And like,
to the left.
I think songwriters are way more like comfortable being in the background now, instead of trying to be the artist. I think like the artist route
after 7th Streeter didn't really do so well. I think they all decided,
I think 7 is doing pretty darn well, actually.
She has a new single, but
she just put out a new album, bro.
Yeah, but she's not. She's like Jazmine Sullivan level. She's not like really doing well. Like, doing well would be like.
I get what you're saying. Jazmine Sullivan's doing way better.
I mean, yeah, but even
as far as like
Jazmine
artists
Sullivan
goes,
isn't really. I mean, obviously,
I'm saying as far as like an artist,
as
far as like the artist
side, we know who's winning on above everyone else, and that's the female rappers right now. But I mean, Jazmine's done her thing. I wish she was bigger. I wish people had more respect for her.
Jazmine is getting the respect now that we wish they had for her when she put out "I Bust the Windows Out Your Car."
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, yeah, she's getting more people because they like the drama of the hotels joint. But
I think she's getting more popping because she got sexy.
Really? I mean, I haven't even seen.
Yeah, man.
Image has.
She got that weight loss package, the weight loss stimulus package.
Oh Lord!
You lose that weight, they give you all the hits. You pop. You show a little skin.
Oh no!
Get all my ends, baby. Let's go.
Oh, no. She was representing for the not skinny people.
I think she's still representing for that.
She was big. But
No, I think she's still representing for that. She was never big to me, but the industry got their perception of what
Yeah.
beauty is, and if you play by those rules, you get a little more attention and money and fame and glory. And I think she got some of that. She got a little bit of
She
that
doesn't
weight
even
loss
look
stimulus.
real now.
Oh, don't say
That's
that,
not
bro.
even. Oh, I'm just saying, like, it just kind of looks unreal sometimes when
Are you looking this up
you.
right now?
Yeah, I'm looking it
Oh,
up.
brother.
Like,
Okay, okay. Check this out,
okay, she looks too skinny. There's some people who, like, they look natural and they look like
brother.
themselves, and then they
You want
get
to see
to
somebody?
Hollywood
You want to see
and they
somebody that
don't
looks
look natural.
unnatural, bro?
I think
Look up
Jennifer
K
Hudson looks
Michelle right
unnatural
now,
too because she lost
brother.
too much weight.
Brother, look up K Michelle right now.
Oh Lord, no, thank you.
Bro, K Michelle does. She looks nothing like she used to look, brother. Like in the
Oh.
face, she looks like a completely different human being.
Jazmine Sullivan just look. She looks. I don't want to say that because that's what black people say all the time when black people lose too much weight. But Jazmine Sullivan lost too much weight, bro. She looks
What?
unnatural. She looks unnatural.
What? You bugging?
She looks unnatural. She
You're
looks.
bugging. She doesn't look
So she
unnatural, bro.
lost
She looks
50
great.
pounds on a vegan diet. Uh. Okay, here we go. Last week, some people dragged me saying I look skinny. I'm honestly a size 12, 180 pounds. There's nothing skinny about me but my neck. I'm 5'8". However, sometimes a photograph makes me a little leaner. Just not that lean, like, because you know what I'm saying.
She
Like,
looks great to
there's
me.
sometimes the shape of somebody's head still it's the same and it fits like your frame and stuff like that. I mean, I'm saying this as a person who's lost 50 pounds in the year before. I mean, I feel like I've filled out my body frame. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it looks like, man, your head is still the same size, but your body has gotten smaller and it just looks weird. Like,
Well, I think it just
and she has a lot of hair still too.
so what we're doing is we're doing the equivalent of like judging
No,
a lock person during their quote unquote ugly stage when
no.
we know the ugly stage of locks
Wait,
is coming.
oh, so you're saying like she's gonna put some more on and make it look more natural?
You said yourself, as somebody that's lost 50 pounds
Mm-hmm.
yourself in a year,
It just didn't look
you have it
natural.
takes some time to
I
get
look like, hey, I'm
to
on this
lock into
diet,
your
but not
look.
super. Yeah. I hear you. Well, right now, I think
I think
it's
she
just a
looks
little
great.
extreme.
I think she's doing a great job. But bruh, please, for me, since you're doing all this about her weight loss, please look up K Michelle before and after, bruh.
You're
Just
gonna
one
make me
time,
do
bruh.
this.
Do it, bruh.
Why?
You won't be
Why?
disappointed, Rick.
The ratchetness.
It's gonna be great, Rick.
The
You
ratchetness.
got this, Rick.
K Michelle.
K Michelle, bro.
Okay, let's see. I don't see any. Oh, before and after her surgery, where she
Yeah.
got things removed from her body that were not
She
naturally
got
there.
that and she got stuff done to her face, bruh. Hold on.
I don't see anything. I'm not on the ratchet side, so I'm just literally googling. I don't. I mean, she looks like a female rapper beforehand, and she still looks like a female rapper now. Uh, I'm not seeing anything.
What?
I'm
Hold
not
on,
seeing anything
fam.
crazy. This is not as crazy of a transformation as Jazmine Sullivan to me.
Get bro. Hold
Bro,
on,
Jazmine
bro.
Sullivan looks, I'm not going to say unhealthy, but it doesn't look like naturally
All
natural.
right.
You know what I'm saying? It looks like, okay,
You're
I
gonna
went
have to
on a
eat
diet
this.
and it
Hold
doesn't.
on. I'm gonna do the work to find this.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because everything that I'm seeing on Google, it just looks like she's a normal person. she looks more normal than Jazmine Sullivan, in my opinion.
Just stop talking before I send you this. Gosh. Because you're saying all this stuff.
I'm going to look at Jazmine Sullivan again. Let me see. Because, bro, Jazmine Sullivan looks like a stick figure now. And that look doesn't fit Jazmine Sullivan. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has so much hair. Her face is still like that Jazmine Sullivan face that we know and love. It just looks.
I just sent them to you.
Okay. Let's see. K. Michelle before. Okay. Okay, she looks like she's gone to the school of Kim Kardashian.
You know what I'm saying?
She's got nothing but all the makeups. So what did she do? She got a face job situation. So that's a fake face.
That's definitely a fake face, bro.
Sadly, that's what people are gonna aspire to try and look like.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Everybody trying to keep up with the Kardashians. It's a TV show, literally.
That's crazy. She literally looks like a piece of plastic.
Bruh, yes.
Not even a person. She looks like a piece of plastic.
You know what's crazy? Me and my wife were having this conversation looking at Friends. You ever watch that show?
Did I watch that show? Bro, my roommate in college, my freshman year, side note, had every DVD season of Friends, and that's all he watched. The first half of my freshman year of college. And then he went off to Disney and worked for Disney in the second half of the year.
So that is a yes, you've watched the show.
Not really. I just,
Okay.
Some episodes here and there. What did you thought I was gonna say? I've seen all the episodes of Friends.
Jeez, man, I just thought you were gonna answer the question I asked you.
No, it just made me think of that. Michelle likes Friends, so I've seen a few episodes.
So Michelle will feel me. Michelle will feel me. There's this woman on there. She plays the role of Monica.
Oh yeah,
her
Monica's
name is
hilarious.
Courtney Cox, right?
Yeah, she's hilarious. Wait, no, I'm thinking of Phoebe.
No, right. I was about Monica is the most dull character on Friends.
Really?
Yeah, she had
the
one
who ended up getting with not
Chandler Bing.
Chandler. You didn't like Monica?
She was out of the cast of characters, she was the dullest.
Really?
Definitely. She had the flattest character. I mean, like the flattest personality. All the men were like comedic giants. Matthew Perry as Chandler was crazy. Joey is like the funny guy.
Well, of course.
Ross was like physical comedy. You had Jennifer Aniston, who was Jennifer Aniston. It was Rachel. Then you had Phoebe, and then Monica. Monica was like the last thought. Like,
well, Monica made sense because she was like a more of living life based off of how she used to look back in, I guess, the high school days when she was big or whatever. So she's real control freak. And
my comments are not on whether her character makes sense or not. I'm just saying her character was dull.
About character arcs.
Her character was dull. Like, as far as the six characters, she's the least funny. She's the least interesting character on the show. Like, I'm not saying that her plot didn't make sense or she didn't add to the show.
She was funny in a
she was not funny to me.
She's
at all.
Funny in she's like a Maddie, bro, where she's like she stresses out really easy, but it's really funny, like T-Rex type of thing.
Listen, I get what you're saying, but you can't tell me out of those six characters that she was one of your funniest. She was not.
I'm not saying funniest, but
that's what I'm saying. Out of the six, she was the least funny. Out of the six, she was the least funny. And that's all I'm saying. But that's not my point. That's not my point. We keep going off these tangents. What I'm saying is Courtney Cox started the show, I think, with little to no plastic surgery. And then you could see where it started, where she started to get her face done and get her cheeks lifted and all that. And at a certain point, it turned into the point of no return. Like, it just got bad. I want to say around season 7. It just started getting bad, and I feel like with all these plastic surgeries, especially on the face, they don't age well.
Yeah, it can get rough.
Bruh,
and it's not like you can get it reversed. Like, I don't like this. I'm gonna get it taken out.
I mean, you could get it fixed until your until your pockets is dry.
Once you do the snip on your face, ain't no going backwards, bro. It's not like a K Michelle where she got things removed from different parts of her body. It's once you start carving in the face, it's a downhill spiral.
Well, you can get K
Michelle looked like your auntie before, and now she looks like
your daughter,
your bad little daughter, cousin,
that's right,
friend.
That's right. That's a way more drastic. Jazmine Sullivan just got
Kim Kardashian
weight loss
hairdo thing. Yeah, man. I don't know. It just looks unnatural on Jazmine. I don't know. Well, let's introduce ourselves since we've taken enough time talking about other people, other entertainers.
Man, this show is only about us talking about other people's lives. That's all this is.
You're right.
That's why we convene every Friday. It's to talk about these folks' lives.
You're right.
Anyway, what's up, people? Animals, domestic pets, and everything in between. It's your boy, it's your nephew, it's your son, it's your father, it's your grandfather, it's your uncle, it's your boy. Dez out here killing.
What's good, people? I'm Rick.
And together we are agreed.
I never know what to say. Like, after that, I'm always just so stunned about what you say that I just don't know what to say.
I think that's great. You know?
I need some theme music. That's what I need.
Out of my whimsy comes your like cut and dry to the point, you know?
Yeah. Give me a vibe here. Since you can't hear my music, I can play whatever I want in the background.
I might be able to hear your music.
Really?
Can you hear my piano?
No, I can't.
Well, it's going to be on the feed. I played it on one of these episodes and it popped up on the feed. I was like, oh, shoot. I didn't know y'all could hear that. That's crazy.
Okay. Hey, man, a little background music. Sometimes we need a little background music.
Just a little bit, just a little bit of you every day. It's sure to keep the doctors away.
So much to get into. The Super Bowl is this weekend. Dez, who you got for the Super Bowl? Super Bowl 55 million. I don't know which one this is. Is this 56? I think this is 56. Who you got? The Rams or the Bengals?
I got the Falcons. Since they're not playing, I am a neutral party in this fight.
That doesn't help us at all.
Yeah. So I'm gonna defer to you here. What do you got? Who you have in this?
You really gonna ride with the Falcons for real till death do us part, huh?
My brother, I'm Atlanta to the grave. I ain't moved nowhere, bro. I ain't moved nowhere. I was born at ATL red. When I die, I'll be ATL dead, boy. No cap, no kizzy.
That's rough. Well, you enjoy never winning a Super Bowl. I, on the other hand, am gonna go for the Bengals. I'll go for the Bengals.
All right.
Joe Burrow is gonna pull it out. The win. He's gonna pull the win out.
Of the game. Hey, we are grown men. We each have children. We know a thing or two about pulling out. Amen.
The children came from storks in the sky. All the children that are listening, the storks brought the babies.
I want to take a poll of how many children are listening to our podcast. I would venture to say none. Stop playing. like they're toddlers on our feed.
Some child emails us. I am 5 and I love your podcast.
If a 5-year-old emails me,
Tiny Tim,
I will come work for them. If a 5-year-old emails the pod, I'm your employee now.
Thank you for listening, Tiny Tim. We appreciate you.
Look, speaking of we won't start here.
Well, okay, yeah.
Here's where we're starting.
Speaking of the Super Bowl,
here's where we're starting.
No, I got one for you. This is Super Bowl
related.
Go
ahead.
This is Super Bowl related. Let me pull up both of these so that I get it correctly. I'm not sure if you were aware, Des, but last year during the Weeknd's Super Bowl performance, there were dancers that were paid and there were dancers that were not paid. Apparently, unpaid dancers said they worked side by side with the dancers that were paid in the 2021 Super Bowl show. So that led people to drag the Super Bowl for not paying certain performers and paying other performers. So this dude, what's his name here? Starts with a K. Keon Cadre Walker recalled his experience as an unpaid volunteer in the 2021 show. So basically, this is how they spun it. He said that there was paid dancers there that were SAG, after a union, whatever.
As usual.
They got paid, while
of course,
what they called field performers was like a basic just call out to different people throughout the community who were dancers in the community who weren't union, who wanted to be a part of the Super Bowl. They basically used these people.
Yep.
So in the show, paid dancers received $712 for show day, $45 per hour for their rehearsal time, as well as $30 per diem and $250 for a COVID stipend if they were asked to go to a clinic to test.
Yep.
Unpaid dancers sat in stadium bleachers for up to 2 hours in the cold while waiting to rehearse, as their paid counterparts spent that time in green rooms.
Man, sounds like your average Sunday at a black church. Am I right?
Oh, no. Unpaid volunteers.
Rick say, I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole, my boy. Come on, pay your musicians, pay your praise team.
Hey, listen,
black churches. Let's pay our black people.
We don't need to get in trouble again.
Look, we root for everybody black and we pay everybody black. Let's go. Let's do it. 2022. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. That's not the best black person to quote. He literally died white, but you know, he had some. There's some meat on those bones. All right, I'm off my high horse. Go.
Yes. So the executive producer of Rock Nation basically summed it up that people needed to only be able to walk and chew gum to be recruited through like local drill teams and theatrical and community and athletic groups, not via professional agencies. Professional paid dancers were being hired separately via agencies. So we go to this year. This year, apparently, they got so much backlash that the field cast participants who worked up to 72 hours, there's 400 of them, they're getting paid $15 per hour. And people are dragging them for that, saying that it's treatment of these volunteers, who include aspiring dancers, actors, singers, and musicians, are not being paid according to, you know, the amount of work that they put in. So that leads me to ask you the question, Des. Do you think that this is fair, that well, basically the agency in LA that's reaching out to get these volunteers is saying, we're not asking professional dancers to do this. We're asking volunteers. We're paying the professionals. Most definitely. That's definitely happened because they're union.
Right.
The volunteers come out of their own accord, and because of the pressure, now they're getting paid $15 an hour, but they're still complaining that that's only $15 an hour. What do you think about this situation? And do you think that these professionals and non-professionals should be paid the same?
I think if we're doing the same amount of work, we need to be getting paid the same thing. I also think there's no way to please everybody here. You start paying them $15 an hour is minimum wage out in LA. I mean, shoot, man, you can be making minimum wage flipping burgers. and call that a life fulfilled if you like, or you can do what you love
Mm-hmm.
and get minimum wage and just, be happy for the opportunity, be happy for the look. That's connections, that's network. Go do the
Uh,
work, you know?
uh,
Hey, bro, like it or not, this is what I'll say before you go. Like it or not, this is the industry, fam. Like,
no, it
welcome
is not.
in. Welcome in.
What do
You
you
said
mean
it's
this is the
not?
industry?
This is the professional entertainment industry, bro.
Uh-huh.
Everybody is trying to get over on you. It is what it is. You're gonna go through that.
But
You're gonna go through it.
okay, let me ask you this question. When you are on set doing something, there's different levels to the different things that people do. For instance, if the set was, I don't know, the Super Bowl halftime show, there are people who are on stage playing and singing. There are people who are uh, background dancers
Mm-hmm.
for that artist, and there are people who stand on the field and scream or hold up a sign or do some little light thing or, walk out and do a little whatever. All right? There's
Right.
different levels to the different things that people do. Now, I definitely don't agree with the fact that the weekend's performance had some sort of situation going on with paid dancers and unpaid dancers. Whatever they volunteered for, that's on them. On every movie set ever that I've ever been on, or every TV set that I've been on, I've been a part of a different group of pay scale,
Uh-huh.
the amount of work that I've done, and all that stuff compared to people who are literally paid to be there as background actors.
Right.
They may be standing there all day, um, getting hoarded around. Hey, all background people get out. Okay, all background people come back in. Okay, all background people, you go over there to that tent. Background people don't have access to the snacks, the food, the trailers, the restrooms, all that stuff that we as usually band members or people who are with the actual actors do. There's people who are second team. They just come in and they stand in place so that the directors can get the lighting and the shot correct for the first team. Usually, when I'm in the band or whatever, shooting something on a movie set or a TV set, I'm with first team. I don't get treated like second team, and I definitely don't get treated like a background actor.
Right.
Background actors may make 150,
But what you're
200 bucks for the day.
what you're describing right now is different from what that article was.
No, no, no.
What that article said is that they had paid dancers
Mm-hmm.
and what they called field volunteers or field
Field,
dancers,
yeah, field cast or something like that.
that
But
like
these people,
literally these paid dancers were
mm-hmm,
standing right next to
mm-hmm,
the field dancers doing
at a
the
certain
exact
point.
same choreography, doing the exact same moves,
At a
going the
certain
exact
point of
same
the show, it
places.
wasn't like the whole show. It was, you remember, I think it was right before they went into, I think it's called 99 Balloons. Is that the song?
Uh-huh.
Right before they went into that, how the weekend came from off the stage and from behind the House of Horrors mirror situation. He actually made it onto the field, and then he was joined by literally all those people in the red coats or
Right.
whatever. I think that's the part that they were talking about where, the dancers were doing the same thing. It's like, okay, yes, the dancers did join you on the field, bro, but those are more than likely those were his dancers, especially the ones that were up on stage and in the House of Mirrors with him whenever he was in there. Like, those are more than likely his dancers, and it's a lot different than you answering a cattle call in the community just because you want to be at the Super Bowl in Tampa, Florida,
But
versus
correct me if I'm
actually
wrong
being there.
now. You said
Hmm.
that the ones that got paid were SAG-AFTRA.
Yes, they're union.
Yeah,
So when you're a union, you have to get paid, no matter what is going
factual.
on as far as
That's what I'm
situation.
saying. That's the industry.
So they got
That
hit
is the
up.
industry.
They got hit up by their agency, right? But a lot of times, same thing with background actor situation. Like, I have never got hit up just out the random, out the blue, doing a background situation and been told I'm getting paid the same thing that someone who's actually got a speaking line or something like that. Like, you literally know what the situation is going into it. Like, okay, I'm just gonna stand there, be a background, and I'm getting $200 for the day. Cool,
Oh, so
whatever.
were these folks told that they were getting
No, no,
paid and
no.
they
They
didn't
weren't.
get paid?
They were getting told that they were volunteers. That's the thing about it. To me, that's why I'm like,
Wait, so why is
you
this an
can't really be
article?
mad
You
because
agreed to do this.
social media, bro. Social media is and people are telling their stories and people are making it a big deal now that oh well I didn't know that people were getting paid, bro. These are professional
Hey man,
dancers. They were in the green room for crying out loud. That should let you know that they're getting paid versus
you
you sitting in
do
the stands
just because you
waiting on them.
decided to agree to do this 72-hour
Mm-hmm.
thing without getting paid doesn't
Yeah,
mean everybody here decided that, fam.
yeah, yeah.
Some folks got that call from that agency
So now what they're saying
and they
is
got unions.
the workaround that the agency in LA has been doing is because of the backlash. They're of course hitting up their professionals and saying you're going to be paid X amount or whatever for the Super Bowl. But they're also hitting up people in the community saying, come be a field cast member.
Uh-huh.
So apparently people are having a problem with an agency asking people to do stuff for free, but also asking or getting people from their agency to come get
Why?
paid.
Good light. That's what I'm saying. You can never get you can never get people to be happy, bro.
Social media just doesn't understand. We have to break it down for social media that, hey, yeah, there's people who are on a movie set that aren't getting paid that much money. It
That's
just is what it
right.
is.
What
There's
y'all
people
think
at the
these
Super
extras getting
Bowl.
paid $5,000 a day? No,
There's people who've
they get
never
paid
done this type of
lunch.
work. Yeah, they've never done this type of work before ever, and they're making an outrage on social media. And so, because of the reports of last year's situation, that's why they're having to pay everybody 400 people, I think it says. Yeah,
God.
400 volunteers working 72 hours as field cast participants. They're getting paid 15, but social media is complaining that, oh, you guys are only paying the 15. It's like, bro, y'all complained about the situation last year. They're unpaid. You're complaining about the situation this year. What's 72 times 15? I mean, it's not like they're getting chump change, and they're getting to be on national television.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's
That's,
exposure. You
bro,
networking, like you rubbing shoulders with giants,
it's over a
fam.
$1,000. You're getting over $1,000 for 72 hours, and y'all are complaining out here on social media.
You can't. There's no way to make everybody happy, fam. And I'm out of the business of trying. I'm out of the business of trying to make y'all folks happy. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
And so they're basically this agency, I think it's called Block Agency. They're saying, no, 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 we're not asking dancers to work as dancers for free. What was asked is, would anyone like to volunteer for the field cast? So
But
that's what they're
even
talking about.
even if they're asking dancers to do,
Mm-hmm.
if those said dancers don't have a problem
Mm-hmm.
with working for free, who are you to be outraged that they said yes to that?
I
You
don't
got to
know,
know
bro.
your worth at the end of
Social
the
media.
day. The industry is not going to give you what you're worth. That's negotiated. Stop playing, man. Stop playing.
That's
These
crazy.
folks tripping.
And it's sad that they have to put it like literally SAG after and the Super Bowl had to put out a statement that said, they've agreed that no professional dancers will be asked to work for free as part of the halftime show. So y'all need to calm down pretty much.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Yo, yo,
Yeah.
I don't mean to sound like a supremacist or anything, but pull yourself up by your bootstraps, fam.
Oh no, don't do that.
Goodness.
We're gonna get in trouble. Uh
Bro, we're so underwater, brother. Like it's just,
yeah,
we
yeah,
might
yeah,
as
yeah.
well swim down
But
here,
these people are mad. They're saying like just because you're not a union member doesn't mean it doesn't discredit you as a professional performer. I'm like, what are you talking about? You have to do certain jobs in order to even get into the union. It's not like you can just get out here and make your own dance show and be in the union. Like, lordy,
Yeah, everybody just feels like they're the anomaly to the rule.
it's sad.
They're everyone is the exception. You know, it's not gonna happen to me. This happens to everybody else, but that's not my testimony. Okay, all right, we'll see. We'll see. You get out here in this real world and see what these folks got to offer. Speaking of what folks got to offer, I've been seeing a lot of folks offering up a lot of sex tapes this past week.
Oh, you've been seeing a lot of sex tapes? That's what you're saying?
I mean, on my off time, that's what I like to do. I don't know what other people like to do. No,
Oh,
man,
the
but
days of
honestly,
sex tapes.
but
They've
boy,
gone
boy, boy,
away, right?
I mean, we got Nelly out here leaking a minute of intelligence at play on his
Oh
Instagram
no.
live.
Woo, woo. Intelligence at play.
Yeah, a whole minute of
That's
intelligence at play on his Instagram live. I guess he thought it was close friends. Hello, Daryl Walls. Hello, Hitman Holla. Hello, folks.
Ooh,
Another
man.
Instagram live casualty, but this time it wasn't leaked. This man Nelly just put it on his story. What a time!
Accidentally.
Air quotes. Accidentally, allegedly,
How do you
accidentally.
accidentally? What did he upload it to?
Instagram, bro, the stories, like
Oh.
not like a post or anything like that, but a whole story.
Hmm.
And these black Twitter works fast. It don't matter how quick you delete it. If you
Oh,
uploaded that
Black
thing,
Twitter.
oh boy, it's there forever. It's in the ether.
I wish Black Twitter could really get some important things done instead of finding all the dirt immediately and exposing it.
Bro, where's the fun and responsibility? Stop it.
You're right.
Who wants responsibility when we can have ratchetivity?
Ratchetivity. Sounds like
Ratchetivity pays,
a
baby.
replacement for nativity.
So we got Nelly out here getting some intelligence. We've got Lil Fizz out here getting dragged because
Little Fizz. What did Little Fizz do? I don't even know
he's
who
got
Little
a
Fizz is.
video. I think he posted or somebody snatched it from his phone. A
Oh
video of him
no. They got
pleasuring
Little Fizz out
himself.
here.
He's got Lil Fizz fizzing himself.
Oh no.
Yep. And people are
Mm.
dragging him, thinking, saying that he doesn't match up to their childhood dreams. And I'll just leave that there. And then we have,
Oh no.
on the other side of things, a TDE rapper, Isaiah Rashad, with a sex tape of him and two dudes. He's getting some intelligence from two menfolk. And I'm not shaming anyone, but it was a shocker to me to learn.
I didn't know Isaiah was
Was swinging for that team.
yeah, I
I
didn't
didn't know his
know.
batting average.
No judgment here, but yeah, I didn't know that.
His music just didn't portray that.
Didn't give any hints there.
And I'm not.
Totally blindsided
I'm
us.
trying to be. I'm trying to be as PC as possible. I hope that y'all can hear me audibly stumbling over my PC here, but I'm not saying that all music that swings for that team has to sound a certain way. And I know that there are, a lot of hard hitting hip hoppers that swing for that team. I'm just, it's always surprising when that just pops up. It's never part of your narrative.
With no hints, yeah.
With no hints, I just see, your raw intelligence getting from another man.
You wear, nothing.
There's nothing wrong with sharing knowledge, right? There's nothing wrong with sharing knowledge. I just, as long as the knowledge is safe, it's not my business who you share knowledge with. That's what I'll say. It's not my business who you share knowledge with. But when it's out there for the people to see, it's hard to. Hey, how about this? How about this for the rest of 2022? Stop recording yourselves getting or giving knowledge. How about that? Let's stop recording ourselves all
I figured people would have learned by now think about it. we've been around for all of the sex tape scandals.
Yeah, we have.
Like we've lived through the now it's famous. They got a movie of
they do have a movie, Pam and Tommy.
Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. Like it went from that. The next biggest bombshell I feel like was the
Kardashian.
Paris Hilton.
Oh, Paris Hilton did have one, didn't she?
Paris Hilton had
a knowledge
salacious tape. And then, of course, the most famous of all.
Look,
Kim and
we're gonna call this episode the knowledge tape.
Oh no! Oh no!
Write that down.
Kim and Ray J. But what's sad about it? Like Kim, like it was really hurt by like that happened, and then Kanye did his thing by making sure to snatch up the remaining tape, whatever. And people just still continue to fall into the trap of having evidence of your adult affairs.
Now I have an old friend, rest in peace, Chris. Shout out to my boy, love you, and I still think about you to this day, my boy.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to you.
We forgot to do more R.I.P.s today, by the way.
There are more. Okay, let's get there. Let's get there later. Hold on. Let me get this out because this is funny, and I don't want to interrupt the morbid with the funny. But my guy used to tell me, like, when we used to write together and stuff, he was, he lived a different type of lifestyle, lifestyle in a different bracket, if you will. The money in the cars in the clothes, the women, I suppose. He lived that successful lifestyle, like
a Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah, Dan Bilzerian, a little Drizzy Drake flow.
The king of IG. Shout out to Dan.
He was almost there. But he lived a different type of lifestyle, and him and his friends had the life philosophy of if you didn't film it, it didn't happen. So they would film these things to prove to their friends that they did it.
Well, it's not real until it's on the internet, I guess.
See, my dad, I come up from, I'm cut from the cloth. My dad say, if you telling everybody who you been with, you ain't been with nobody. And that's where I came up. I ain't trying to tell everybody who I've been with.
Got to keep it on the DL, I see.
The man who come in the room yelling loud at his accomplishment ain't accomplished much. Take that with you, social media. That's some Clinton Raines Jr. Wisdom, huh? Clinton Raines Jr. wisdom. But yeah, man, we've got the.
Stay away from the internet, man. Stay away from the iCloud.
Just take your knowledge off the iCloud. Just take your knowledge.
No, don't do anything.
Giving and receiving.
I'm scared of everything these days. I don't even.
Look, we're doing this on the internet right now.
I send my wife a picture of myself, and it could get caught in the cloud.
Do you send? Send nudes?
No.
Are you a nude sender? Are you a spicy texter?
Not anymore. I'm old now. Maybe in my young days. Well, actually, definitely in my young days.
Maybe in my early 20s,
No. I have to be tame and domesticated now. Got a wife, got a family.
This is the time to pick up the spicy text, bro.
I don't even want to ask you this question, so we're just going to skip over me asking you the question.
Come on, ask it, bro. Let's get edgy.
Opening the door up for you to completely embarrass us on the show.
Come on, that's my function. It's evident how I intro myself. I'm here to embarrass myself for the sake of the show. How you ever thought about this? How I'm gonna be your nephew, your grandson, and your father at the same time? That's my function, baby.
Listen, I I stay out of people's personal family relationships. However you do it, that's how you do it. No judgment here. Remember, I have grown ever since the episode of what did I say? When we were talking about the whole Marilyn Manson thing. You know what? I'm not gonna judge anybody. Kanye, you want to have Marilyn Manson on stage? You just go right on ahead.
Hey,
no judgment here.
Look at this
However
growth.
y'all want to believe and whatever y'all want to do.
I don't know if this is growth or sarcasm, but I love it. Let's give it up for Rick. Let's give it up for the Rick. Shouts out to him. Speaking of some how can I segue this? Speaking of some fruit that has been videotaped out of the Loom. That's hard. That's hard to transition. It's hard to get over that one.
Is that what Fruit of the Loom means? Wait, stop. Stop. Is that what Fruit of the Loom means for real?
No, bro.
No, stop. Stop.
Yeah, bro.
What does Fruit of the Loom mean?
Google it.
Here's what I
found. What it say?
I can't say it.
No, say it. Come on, we'll bleep it if it's crazy. Just say it.
Oh man, the first thing that popped up was Urban Dictionary. Basically, someone who's basic is the first definition, like basic fashion.
Of course.
Did you see Tara's dress? Yeah, it was totally Fruit of the Loom.
Oh wow, dang, that is a burn.
The second definition, the act of doing what we just said on the videotape,
sharing knowledge,
except for in reverse, with the Jolly Rancher in your mouth, then inconspicuously spitting the candy at the person to be lost forever.
Oh God. Oh God. We've turned into a different podcast.
Wait, this is the best.
We've departed.
Fruit of the Looming.
What?
The act of leaving your underwear on around your ankles while you're taking a dump before you're about to jump into the shower. That's hilarious. Most people would rather leave their underwear on while on the bowl as to keep some sort of order in,
Well,
it's just what it says here.
Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Speaking of Fruit of the Loom
taking
pics,
a dump naked is just anarchy. That's what it says here. Yo, son, you take a dump naked? That's crazy, bro. I gotta be Fruit of the Loom before my pre-shower dump. That's literally the sentence that's in here.
I feel like Urban Dictionary is ran by 3 white kids from suburbia, USA.
First of all, they said son, like they're from New York. Yo, son, you take a dump naked?
I feel like we should all defund Urban Dictionary.
Oh no, we should definitely pour money into Urban Dictionary.
No. Get these Black Lives Matter girls on it ASAP. Yo, put our money to better use than what you're using.
It's not gonna be Black Lives Matter girls. It's gonna be girls with purple hair. I'm telling you, bro.
Those are the Black Lives Matter girls. They are one and the same, bro. They're one and the same. You can't have one without the other, baby. Let's go.
Oh, the next time you tell me you're taking a dump, I'm gonna ask you if you're Fruit of the Loom in it.
Dang, that ruins my segue. God. Well, I'll just say this. It's been a rough the Christian music industry has had a rough go at things lately.
Oh no, what happened?
So far, I mean, so the Christian entertainment industry is just getting a lot of flack right now. You got Mike Todd spitting in people's face. We covered that.
Oh Lord.
An old Christian hip hop artist has denounced the faith of Christianity.
Who?
Fanatic, you know him? Fanatic.
No, I
He was
haven't
like
heard of
part of
him.
the original cross movement.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Cross movement was big.
Yeah, he was one of the founding fathers, and he just came out
Oh
probably like
man.
3 weeks ago and denounced Jesus, denounced the Christian faith
What'd he say? It's the
altogether.
white man's religion or something?
He
That's what they
didn't say
usually say.
that. He just said that he's been like a real like theologian for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
some of the questions that he ran into
Of course.
didn't have great answers for him.
Hey man, there's a lot of unanswered questions out here.
Yeah,
It's
it
tough.
is. But the
Hard time.
latest and not so greatest of
Oh
the
no.
Christian industries fall
Oh
from
no.
grace. Look no further than Reach Records now ex artist Gavi
Mm.
out over the past few weeks. Some news stories have popped up about Gavi sending unwanted main vein pics to unsuspecting customers here, and some were supposed to be minors,
Oh no.
all while he was married, of course, because
Ooh.
what's Christian music without a little infidelity? Am I right? All right, I'm going too far, but
Sheesh.
he's in some
Sheesh.
hot water right now
That's tough, bro.
because he couldn't keep his fruit in the loom, and he couldn't not take a picture of it and send it out.
Dang, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
It's really messed up, bro, and the way it came out was kind of
That's crazy.
crazy.
What you mean?
There's an artist on Reach Records called Andy Mineo. He's like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Andy Mineo had dropped one of the best mixtapes with this guy named Words Played back in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And Words Played's wife is the girl who did the whistleblowing on Gavi's misconduct. So this is how it all came about.
Ooh.
I want to say a week ago or a week and a half ago, Gavi released a statement on his Instagram and a now deleted post that said basically that me and my wife are getting a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
There's no scandal to be talked about. There's no rumors to be given. All I ask is that you respect our time and don't talk bad on my wife or my children. That won't be tolerated. We're just two adults that decided to go separate ways. Of course, I'm paraphrasing, but that's
Right.
basically what it said.
What'd the wife say? What'd she
Huh?
say? I want to know what his wife said.
See, now that's the thing. Like, she has been posting about it, but she's private on all social media. She made all of her social media private, but it's been rumored. Allegedly, she's been speaking out about it on TikTok, but of course, she's not letting nobody in right now. And I wouldn't either. I don't blame her. But after Gavi made that post, Words Played's wife Catalina Catafant on Twitter put out a tweet saying, for my next she said, years ago I did a album cover art for Gavi. For my next project, I think I'll just do a collage of all the unwanted wing wang pics that Gavi sent to people who never wanted him or something like that. And that launched the whole thing. Reach Records actually put out a statement shortly after that saying that they've decided to end all all business relationships with Gavi, cutting them off of their record label, getting them off of the Unashamed tour that's about to kick off in like 2 weeks or so.
That's crazy, man.
And it's just been a dark day for it's been a dark week for Christian hip hop. It's been a dark week for Reach Records. Like
that's intense.
A lot of people feel like Reach Records dropped the ball.
What do you mean they dropped the ball? How are they supposed to know that somebody was doing something in secret? How did she find out? How did the Words Place wife find out?
So apparently, that's the thing. Apparently, on this press release that Reach Records sent out, they say that they've been wrestling with this for over a year.
Huh?
Right.
What do you mean wrestle? What do they mean by wrestling?
Let me pull up the actual press release.
Major Christian label artist sending unsolicited pics to minors. What do you mean? See, this is see. I almost said the N word again. Listen, people.
Oh my God.
You gotta just catch yourself, especially when you get mad. This is what I don't like about church and the Christian world. And I'm talking about the world that we are in, because we are in the Christian world.
That's right.
Keeping stuff in-house, I literally hate that term. Literally hate that term, because basically what you're saying is we don't want to report them to the police because we love them so much and they're one of us, and they didn't mean it. They didn't mean any harm. This is just a spiritual attack, and we just need to pray and all this other stuff that gets said. Meanwhile, people are literally doing illegal things.
Yeah.
And that's usually what the church is protecting from. It could be someone higher level, lower level. It doesn't matter. They're all on staff at the church, and they're getting protected with the phrase of, well, we just wanted to keep it in the house. We wanted to deal with it with family first.
Yeah, I mean,
that's basically what Reach Records is doing.
I feel that this is a bit more nuanced. So it's more to the story, right? Right. Okay. So on this press release that Reach Records put out, I'm on 4%. Jeez. All right.
Come on, man. Charge your phone. I know. People, it's 2022. Why are you still walking around with the phone that's not charged?
God, I know now not to ever tell my phone percentage to Judging Judy over here.
Sheesh, 4%. Listen.
All right.
Let me read this thing in your car.
Let me read this thing before we get off on the battery draining tangent.
4%.
Reach Records says this: due to behavior that is inconsistent with our core values, we have ended our professional relationship with Gavi. This was a tough decision for us because of the level of complexity and because we invest in our artists, not just for their talent, but also as brothers and sisters in Christ. Mm-hmm. This is something we have been processing for over a year and have wrestled with what would be the right way forward. New details that were provided made us realize today's decision was necessary. We want our actions to be a reflection of love, care, and concern for those who fail and those who are affected by our failures. Each of us needs God's grace, and we invite you to pray for the families and individuals whose lives are being impacted. This is not a chance to throw anybody away. We continue to hope for restoration to be the outcome. Reach Records.
This is not a chance to throw anybody away, but we're severing all ties with this person.
We're severing all professional ties, not personal. Not personal.
So what they gonna do? Hang out with Gavi?
Well, apparently now Catalina went on this whole rant because no one likes. A big problem that a lot of people had when this initially came out was the way it came out through Catalina, through Words Played's wife on her Twitter. She just kind of blew the dog whistle, and people had a problem with it. And without context, I can see how that's a thing. But she started giving a little bit of context and saying that, like, all of the people that she knows to be real stand-up dudes have been like confronting him about things. Like all of the people that she knew to be his friends were confronting him about some of these things. And he was just cutting them off one by one, like not wanting to talk, not wanting to, not wanting to engage in those type of conversations. And apparently Lecrae and Trip Lee went on a podcast trying to clear up these rumors, and they were basically saying that they knew about the divorce for over a year, but they didn't know that Gavi was out here moving that reckless for over a year.
Reach Records
didn't know that he was moving like this for over a year. They knew that they were walking through a divorce, and they were trying to walk with him through that. But then when Catalina went to Twitter with it, that's when they found out, this is deeper than rap.
It's a little bit deeper than. Okay. Well, fine. I'll give him a pass then. But still, I don't like it. But you know what I mean. Look,
I feel that though.
If they knew about this for a year, they tripping, bro.
I
don't care who it is, they tripping.
I want to be very careful with what I say, because I don't want nobody over at Reach Records to hear this and be like, bro, we looked out for you. And I
don't know about anybody at Reach Records, and I'm not a rapper, so I can say what I want to. Reach Records, and I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Hey, do your thing, bro. I've put you in weird situations on this podcast.
Yeah, man.
All the time. You owe me a few.
Sheesh. Tell him.
I'm pretty sure your family
you didn't like the North Point album release. You said it was terrible.
What?
Why would you? Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm sure your family thinks I'm a bad influence on you. No. Sorry, Papa Wilkes. I'm just trying to, create some balance here on this here pod.
They listen too, by the way.
I know.
They listen.
That's why I feel like I could talk to our folks directly like this.
So does Cam.
I was just about to go to Cam. Cam
is gonna love the air car one. He's totally gonna buy it. Go ahead,
bro. I mean, if I had my pilot's license, I would go for it too.
No, we can't go there yet. Finish
okay,
up this
we can't go there. We can't go there yet. But you know what? We might need to take a break, because I need to use this restroom real quick.
Drain the main vein.
I gotta drain it,
be
bro.
Fruit of the Lumen, bro.
Look, give them a moment in peace and serenity real quick while I go handle this.
Okay, let me turn on my meditation music here. We're going to Christian meditation.
Good luck.
Okay, my people, welcome to the Meditation Hour with Rick. I've had so many people tell me that I need to do some type of radio something because my voice is soothing, so here we go. I need you to relax your arms by your side, okay, everybody? Relax your shoulders. Release that tension. Release all the tension of the week, everything that's bogging you down. Look your problems in the eye. No, actually, just close your eyes, okay? Just close your eyes. Don't think about your problems. Think about happy thoughts, happy places, happy things. Husbands, think of your wives and how much you love them. And shout out to our wives, by the way. Valentine's Day on Monday. It's going to be wonderful, except for the fact that I can't get my wife any chocolate because it all has dairy inside of it. Somebody needs to open up a dairy-free chocolate place in Atlanta. And I will come visit you. But anyways, back to our meditation hour here. Relax your arms, relax your shoulders, release the tension. Out with the bad, in with the good, and be grateful. That's our word of the day today, everybody. Grateful. We're grateful for life. We're grateful for love, laughter, grateful for this wonderful podcast. We're grateful for just listening. You guys deciding to listen. Listen in with your ears very intently. You hear that? Yes, that is the sound of being grateful. This has been a wonderful time, everybody. Meditation and order and peace into your lives. I think I hear Desi in the background still, so I'm going to keep this rolling. It's 10:10 on the dot. Whenever you see repeating numbers, okay, it's a sign that you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Don't get sidetracked. Don't think about all those bills and all that stuff that you don't like and that you don't want to do, right? You're right on track. You're at the right place at the right time, doing the right things, right? It's God's way of telling you, hey, I got you. We're here. We're in this together. We're doing this thing. It's a journey. 10, 10,
What
11,
is this High School
11.
Musical Bible project thing you're doing here?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I just said for the last 2 minutes while
Nice.
you were gone.
You just
I
let the Holy Spirit
literally
use you?
Hey, man, just let them use you. Speaking of being used,
All right.
apparently, we need to get back to check out on our friends, Peloton. Apparently, there's some things changing over there. They've kind of used up their spotlight in the limelight. And the CEO is stepping down. They're also axing 2,800 jobs because they're evaluated at 1/5 of what they were evaluated during the pandemic.
Oh.
Some of their biggest investors are still calling for them to be disbanded. They were horribly mismanaged, with unbridled enthusiasm taking the place of disciplined leadership, says one investor. A series of poor decisions related to product pricing, demand safety, and capital allocation.
Sound like shots being fired out here.
Yeah, no, they're really going in on Peloton. Rest in peace to Peloton.
Look, I blame Mr. Big. Am I right?
Mr. Big, and also in Billions character had a heart attack from a Peloton. But listen to this. There are some suitors who may end up buying the company. Speaking of companies that bought, did you know that Hasbro bought Death Row Records like back in 2009?
Yeah, bro.
And Snoop Dogg just bought them back?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So apparently, Nike, Apple, Disney, and Sony are all looking to boost their presence in the home, health, and wellness sectors with rumored acquisitions of Peloton. Who do you think is going to buy Peloton, Desi? Nike, Apple, Disney, or Sony?
Is there a right answer?
No, there's not a right answer. I mean, honestly, I could kind of see Nike doing it. It makes sense for Nike to do that.
It makes sense for all of them, really.
I think it would be a reach for Apple, Disney, and Sony, especially since they've lost valuation because of all the stuff that's happened and the fact that gyms are open now and people aren't at home working out like they were during the pandemic.
But Apple's whole thing is to keep you wrapped into an ecosystem for everything in your life.
Yeah, and Peloton just doesn't fit it. How does Peloton fit into the Apple ecosystem?
Brother, it will go straight to your Apple Watch. It will go straight to your fitness app, to your health app.
It already does.
They'll have like guided workouts for you to like goals that you can set for yourself, and they'll remind you and nudge you. That's what Peloton does. Those goals. Though. What are you saying?
Like Peloton has its own like. You can either do the classes with the people. It's like you do live classes with other people all around the world all at the same time.
Right. Put that into an Apple ecosystem. Now you're like tracking everything all together.
I mean, you can already do that with your Apple Watch. So I'm saying like you can work out and your Apple Watch kind of, does a thing. There's not like a special.
Trust me, fam.
Where you have to.
Apple will figure out. Apple will figure out a way to make that thing make sense for their bottom line. And you know I'm right.
It would be one thing if they weren't losing so much money and they weren't in a situation where they needed to be bought out. It makes more sense for an athletic company to buy a fitness home situation versus like the furthest Apple's gone into the fitness situation is literally the Apple Watch. That's it. They don't have anything that is any type of like anything, bro. So they would go from zero to all of a sudden this $2,000 bike.
But imagine, right? Yeah. Imagine for a second. Now we talk about the whole ecosystem because AirPods are a thing as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go and you have your AirPods on. You're coming
Mm-hmm.
in. You're ready to get your workout started. All you got to do is get on the bike, and the AirPods immediately connect to the bike. Your watch is immediately connected to the bike. Everything, you ain't got to put no numbers into a screen and save it onto your Apple device. It's already in all your Apple devices. All your
Mm-hmm.
workouts are tracked immediately. It makes sense, bro. It makes sense for it could make sense for their bottom line.
I don't know. I feel like if they started with something smaller, it would make sense because okay, cool, we can see them getting into the space versus just I mean, same thing with Disney and Sony. It's like literally Disney ain't got nothing to do with home workout situation. Sony ain't got nothing to do with home workout situation.
Sony just
So
got
it
something to do with
literally just be
electronics.
you said what?
Sony just got stuff to do with electronics. So
Same thing with Apple. And you just said Apple will make it work.
not Sony and Apple are two different tech giants. They're a little different.
There's no one like Apple. Apple's the richest company of all time. Of course, there's no one
No,
like
I'm saying like Apple is all about the ecosystem. Like how do these appliances and watches and phones and stuff, how do these things work in our ecosystem? And I think of Peloton as far as like working out and stuff like that, that'll be a perfect way for them to just track all of your data for you. All your health data, it could be in one place, and you ain't got to lift a finger to track nothing. It's just
Mm-hmm.
their whole ecosystem is about convenience, and this just adds on to the convenience factor for Apple. But like for Sony has their hands in everything technology. I believe there is a Sony like a treadmill, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it?
If not,
Okay.
they have Sony
So Sony's already in the
TVs.
game, is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
Sony's. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
EA
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sports.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You
so
know,
it's Apple going from like literally just computers, phone, iPad, device situation, watch, all that to we're now in the game with the $2,000. Like, it just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it would make sense to me.
Sony's they've stepped outside the realm because I think they have a car that's coming soon. I think Sony um, previewed recently that they have a car, so there's definitely like potential for them to step out of the game. But it makes the most sense. Well, the only reason why Apple could capitalize is because Apple has already had so many huge people in their commercials
Mm-hmm.
that aren't Nike athletes. I think it will be hard for Nike to have that same kind of media advertising because they would only be able to have Nike athletes in those commercials and stuff like that, like Braun, and really you would just need LeBron, honestly. But
Pretty much.
he's already advertising. What's the one that's on the wall that it's like a mirror?
Bro, I have no clue.
It's like a smart home workout thing, like you kind of mount it on the wall type of thing, and it just does everything on the wall. But it looks like a mirror, but it also shows video. It's crazy. I can't remember what it's called, but he's already doing that one. So I don't know. I don't know, bro. I guess I can see it. I can see Apple and I can see Nike. Apple would be able to capitalize on more than just Nike athletes, so they probably went out on that if they competed with Nike.
For sure. Apple, look, man, Apple would win in a lot of games here, man. Like,
They would, but I think they stick to their game, and that's why they win.
for sure. For sure.
I don't
For
think
sure.
Apple has to do anything. They could come out with the iPhone 100 in 25 years from now, and they'd still be winning, bro. Like
Definitely.
they figured out a way to win.
The way that they win is that they're only trying to beat themselves all the time.
Yeah,
Every time
yeah.
they're in competition with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, y'all got the flip phone. All right, we'll do that when we figure it out. Until then, y'all gonna get this this stationary phone, fam.
Man, I remember when I got an iPod for the first time. You
Oh
remember the
man.
old school ones before it was a color screen?
Oh man.
Before it was a touch screen?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I had the
Damn.
iPod Color. Do you remember those?
That bro, I
Like the
had the iPod before
minis?
the color. I had like the
I didn't have the white
original.
box. I didn't have the white
Yes,
box.
bro. Yes, yes.
I had the mini box. This was
Yes,
the screen was still not colored. It was the same screen. The I think the touchpad had just been like
Okay, yeah,
stationary,
yeah,
like
I
it
see.
wasn't like a roller thing anymore. It was just like you
Mm-hmm.
move your hand on it.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
The it was like a circular
You're
situation.
right.
You had to
You
move
scroll
your
with
thumb in
that
a
thing.
circle. You press the button in the
That's
middle. It's like,
right.
okay, that's the genre I want. You scroll it. Okay,
My
that's the
first
artist
little
I want.
iPod,
Okay, that's
bro,
the album I want.
was a
Okay, that's the song.
my
Blam.
first little iPod was a little baby blue mini iPod mini, bro. Like
What a time, bro.
it was incredible.
It's
It was
isn't it
incredible.
crazy to think that like the iPhone was like 2007, and that was like a huge deal, going from the iPod to the iPhone.
Man, there was this
Just
one
2007,
girl.
bro. That was only 15 years ago.
There's this one girl in my class that had the iPhone before literally everybody in
Not
the
before
school.
Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy had the first one.
If you let me finish, literally before everyone in my school, this girl had like the first iPhone
What
of
was
the
her
Cap School
name?
of the Arts.
Susie.
Nah,
Susie had
shout
the
out to
first
Kristen
iPhone.
Ramsey. Shout out to Kristen Ramsey.
Kristen Ramsey, Dave Ramsey's young little cousin. Shout
False.
out to ya.
False. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. No, the Senator. Oh shoot, is his name Dave Ramsey? I don't think it's
It is.
no.
It's Dave Ramsey's
I
cousin,
don't think
bro.
it's Dave, but Senator
She saved
Ramsey.
so much money, she was able to get an iPhone from everybody.
Uh, anyway, shout out Kristen Ramsey. She had
Shout
the
out,
first
Kristen.
iPhone of DSA, and that thing like shook our whole social status, bro. Like
Oh
that was
boy.
the game changer. Because before
Oh
the
boy.
iPhone, it was all about the Razor, and the LG chocolate, the Sidekick. And once that iPhone came out, it kind of just swept everything else under the rug. Like you were just not cool if you didn't have that iPhone, bro. It changed the game, and all phones,
It really did.
hence thereafter, have been following the iPhone's first
Mm.
uh
Mm. Mm.
uh patent version setup well I don't know the word I'm looking for.
Their example. They've been following the iPhone's
Oh
example.
man, every
Question.
phone has been
What
following
was
the
the
iPhone
last phone
example.
you had before an iPhone?
I forgot what this phone was called, but me and my wife had matching phones. It was a Sprint.
A Sprint phone?
Yeah.
Sprint has a phone or had a phone?
No, I think it was oh, I'm tired, boy. I'm yawning like crazy.
Hey, listen. Dad's out here. Dad life.
Nah, for real.
The Samsung? Was it a Samsung? It was a Samsung. You had a Samsung. That's really the only other option back
I
in the
think
day.
it was a Samsung.
Yeah. Everybody had like either a BlackBerry or Samsung Galaxy, whatever. I think I had a Samsung
Or they had
Galaxy
those
S.
Google phones. You remember those Googles, those G Plus, those G1s, or stuff like that? Do you remember the Google phones that came out before the iPhone? They still had the little QWERTY keyboard, but it was like a sleeker not BlackBerry. It was a sleeker
Nah.
Sidekick.
Oh, no. See, no. I wasn't that cool. I just had like the Samsung Galaxy S something. I can't remember what it was. Hold on. I'm going to find it. What a time, bro. The last phone you had. We should ask people that. Hey, what's the last phone you had before you had an iPhone?
Before the iPhone Android debate.
Lordy.
The war began.
I had a Samsung Galaxy S. I think it was a 2. Samsung Galaxy S2. Yep.
You had so you were you were an Android user during the iPhone era.
Yeah.
Yeah, so was I.
I can't remember when I switched over.
I remember when I switched over.
I think I switched over because of the viruses that I had to deal with in college, and I just got tired of it, bro. I was just like, I can't. Like my laptop or desktop kept getting viruses.
You kept looking at them spicy videos. You got to stop looking at those spicy videos on your phone, man.
It's not even that. It's just, I don't know. It's just that whole ecosystem. Like you said, like Apple being all in house for everything and not having a whole bunch of different companies make different parts for the phone or whatnot. It just ended up selling me because it's like, bro, I don't want any viruses on my laptop. I remember on my first like Mac laptop situation.
Yeah.
I don't exactly remember when I got an iPhone, but I definitely know I went to the Apple universe because I didn't want to deal with viruses anymore.
I understand.
Just didn't.
I remember my first iPhone was the iPhone 5.
The iPhone 5.
iPhone 5. I paid for that boy. I paid for that bad boy cash. I was on tour at the time. Making some pretty good money.
Okay.
Yeah. I spent like $800 cash
on that. How much on a phone?
Like $800, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah, bro. I was tripping.
You were
but
feeling
I needed
yourself.
That phone. I'm
feeling myself.
I needed that phone, fam.
That's hilarious, bro. That's funny. That's good.
I think that's the most money I've spent in front of my lady, like to this day, like in one setting.
Hilarious. That's
hilarious. Outside of bills and stuff like that. But like,
that's hilarious.
Like, she was looking at me crazy, like, why are you getting this?
Ooh,
we weren't married at the time. She's like, why are you getting this? I need it. It's everything. I needed it badly.
That's good. Oh boy. The days before having an iPhone, the days before living in the Mac world. What a time.
Now we're going to count these days as the days before the metaverse.
The days before the metaverse.
Can you imagine doing a greed in the metaverse?
I don't even know what it means to be in the metaverse just yet, so nope, can't imagine.
Do you have an Oculus? Do you have one of those?
No, but I really want one.
I feel like it's going to be a requirement here soon. It's going to be a requirement here soon.
It's so much fun, bro.
We're going to have one in order to function in regular life.
No, we're not.
Bro, watch what I tell you, bro. Watch what I tell you. Ever seen Ready Player One?
Yeah.
Bro, it's going to be that, bro.
You still got to get outside and get sunshine and
bro, sunshine is going to be optional by the time our children are like once young baby Fred and Deuce are like grown adults, the world will be the metaverse, and the world as we know it will be in the metaverse, and our world now will be like outside of the matrix.
That's not real. That's not gonna happen.
Watch what I tell you, bro.
Watch
what I tell you. They're gonna be doing school in the metaverse.
Really?
Bruh, they're already like gearing up for it, bro. Like they're starting to offer online classes in the metaverse, bro. Like, bro, you can go to like a game in the metaverse, like sit in court side next to people and watch the actual game.
Yeah, you could do that before the metaverse was a thing. Because I remember going to the NFL experience a few years ago when the Super Bowl came here.
Right.
And they had all of us, like, it was me, Trista, and her brother, and his soon-to-be wife, his fiance.
Yeah.
And they put all the stuff on us or whatever, VR stuff, and they're like, yeah, you can sit courtside at NBA games, or you could be...
Where they had VR sets for y'all?
Yeah, it was like an experience where they had, you could go, I don't know, do like toss the football through the rings or whatever, or like run the little obstacle course. Or like they had, take a picture with NFL player who's on the screen.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
They were testing the metaverse out on y'all then, bro.
That's
what that was. That was all a simulation.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. No, but the NBA and the NFL have been doing that for a few seasons, where people with either PlayStation VR or Oculus Quest, you can, with certain subscriptions, you can sit courtside or whatnot. It's pretty cool. I definitely think that's cool for sure.
Speaking of things that are not so cool, this boy Joe Rogan out here dropping the N-word like it's just a regular word in the park, isn't it?
Oh boy, he's getting in trouble. I mean, he's apologized. We can't drag him too much, right?
Oh, girl, there's nothing we can do. Spotify is not letting go of their $100 million investment.
They don't care.
Which is Joe Rogan.
Yeah, $100 million. Yeah, bro. They don't care.
Bro, all you did was say the N-word a few times. Just lay low. Say sorry.
We just took 70 episodes off of Spotify. It's okay, guys.
Yeah.
We don't condone what he does. We just
no. He's not saying the views of Spotify.
No.
These are just Joe's views. And we know Joe.
I mean, I don't care, bro. I don't understand why people make a big deal. They act like there's not like white friends who are in the circle who be saying inappropriate stuff. You're like, bro, I don't know if that's appropriate or not, but the fact that he's a professional comedian, bro, lets you know that like he pushes the envelope for a living, and he gonna say some crazy stuff. But
I mean, I feel that. I just feel like the N-word is just one of them words.
Of course it's bad, but it's like, I mean, what are we gonna do? This man got a podcast and make $100 million. He gonna make a little apology and keep it moving, bro.
And that is exactly why folks like India.Arie and what's the buddy? Neil Young
and Jody Mitchell.
I
mean, not Jody Mitchell. What? That's the actor, Joni Mitchell, right?
Yeah. All these folks.
Jody Mitchell.
I don't know, bro. But we're not going to go off on that.
She did Nail, bro.
We're not going to go off in that tangent. But these folks are taking their music off of Spotify.
Tay in the wind.
And it's numerous people. It's not just India.Arie and Neil Young and them. It's a lot of, it's a good chunk of folks.
None of those taking their music. Neil Young don't matter. Joni Mitchell don't matter. India.Arie definitely don't matter like that. Like, until it's like Drake, Beyonce, what's her name? What's that girl's name? Taylor Swift.
I don't want to say that Neil Young don't matter because after he said it, a whole heap of people started taking their music off of Spotify. And we're talking about people, and we're only talking about people that own their masters currently that are able to do this.
You haven't named a big current artist yet, though. You said Neil Young.
All the big current artists don't own the masters.
India.Arie, I mean,
all the big current artists. Hold on. And we just talked about this. All the big current artists, one, don't own their masters, and two, they don't make up the majority of the market share in music right now.
Not at all.
What makes up the majority of the market share of music is catalog music. So all these people, Neil Young has one hell of a catalog, my boy. Joni Mitchell, one hell of a catalog. India.Arie, decent catalog, but it's powerful.
Yeah, like, but it doesn't matter to anything.
Taking away the catalog music off of Spotify is taking 70% of their market share.
That's not, first of all, okay, people, they paid them $100 million. They don't care who takes their music off of Spotify until they make back $100 million. They don't care who takes money. Sure, take money if you think you're taking money from Spotify. The Spotify is playing we're going to have the most popular podcast in the world. Stay on here. So, Neil Young, you can get to stepping if you want to. Joni Mitchell, yeah, you had your heyday one time. India.Arie, it ain't 2005. So, I mean, yeah, sure. They took their catalogs, but it's not, like I said, it's not like Drake. It's the hot people are still on Spotify, bro. I mean, last time
this is the point.
Had something that was hot?
This is the point. Things that are hot aren't selling like the things of old.
What do you mean they're the most current things that are happening on Spotify, making Spotify money?
They're the most current. They're not what's making Spotify money, is what I'm telling you. Catalog music is what's making all streaming services money.
Yeah, the big catalogs.
No, fam.
Major record label
No, fam.
catalogs.
Just catalog. Period.
Because I did see something that came out that was like Spotify lost a whole bunch of valuation once Neil Young took his music out, but that was debunked. They're not losing out money or sleep on this, bro. They're not. They're just not. Now, if you said Eminem's catalog, okay, that's when we gonna talk about some stuff. Like
Eminem doesn't own his masters, brother.
No. What's the name? Does Dr. Dre, doesn't he? Yeah.
The new hot people don't own their masters, brother.
Yeah. Major labels do. But what's making Spotify the most money right now, and where the music game is right now, obviously the playlist, the singles, all that stuff, and the viral stuff, bro. That's more of their that's what their subscribers, especially subscribers, have Spotify for. I mean, otherwise,
bro.
I mean, you talking about catalog, you're talking about
Rick, you're not listening to me. Mm-hmm. What I'm telling you is most people that have Spotify right now are not listening to the new hot music. They're not. Statistically, they're not, Rick. I'm not arguing your opinion.
I need to
here.
See this. I'm
telling you.
I need to
We talked about it last. I was reading from an article. like people are not listening to new music today. They'll listen to it one time, or they'll listen to a playlist and be done. What they're listening to at large is catalog music from yesteryear. That's what the people are listening to today.
Okay, the 10 highest earning artists on Spot. Well, not 10 highest. Let's just do highest earners. I mean, it looks like a bunch of current people, bro. But hey, you said it's catalogs. The Weeknd, number 10. Khaled, number 9. Ariana Grande. Ozuna? Who's Ozuna?
Another new artist.
Oh, I think they're Latin. Justin Bieber. Ed Sheeran. Bad Bunny. Post Malone. J Balvin. And your boy from the 6.
My boy, you are reading a list of current people that are currently putting out music.
The top
earners from the current list of artists. Yes, those are the top earners from the current list of artists. What I'm saying is, by and large, people are mostly listening to their streaming services to listen to catalog music, even of those people you just named. Most people are getting on here to listen to Drake's Scorpion record. They're not getting on here to listen to Certified Lover Boy. They're getting on here to listen to Nothing Was the Same. They're not here to listen to these Dark Lanes demo tape that he put out or Scary Hours 2. They're listening to Take Care. More so than what's happening today.
But what I'm saying is the catalog of the people who aren't making
catalog music in general is the top earner of any streaming site, period.
And on top of that, what I'm saying is the people's music whose catalogs have been removed from Spotify. You said all these people have been removing. You didn't say any of these 10 people.
No, those 10 people don't own their masters. They can't do it. Do it.
Sure.
But these people that are doing it are making a dent.
You still haven't named anyone who's really made any dents. We've said Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, and India Arie. They didn't really make no dents in Spotify's. Especially if we're talking about them paying $100 million for Joe Rogan. They not looking at India Arie, Joni Mitchell, and Neil Young and blinking.
Okay, bro.
There has been, now I will say there has been a bunch of more hits on Spotify's website as far as cancellation of memberships. There's been like higher number of traffic for people who've wanted to cancel their memberships. But as far as the company's valuation and as far as like the artists that are making the most money and the artists who have the biggest dent in, streaming payouts and all that stuff, until they are able to take their music off.
I think this is the thing. They'll always make money because they'll always be in bed with major labels.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So the major labels are part owners in Spotify right now. So the biggest artists of today that are ran and controlled and owned by the major labels will continue to make revenue for the major labels and therefore Spotify. What I'm saying is for the people that are like, we're seeing this wave of people what are they like selling their catalogs or stuff like that for like hundreds of millions of dollars. Neil Young's catalog is probably worth north of like 100 million. His catalog.
Yeah, but how much is his catalog worth to Spotify?
Him alone, not much, but the domino effect of him doing this is huge, fam. It is huge.
How is it huge? Who name me the people who are huge?
You named them. People are canceling their own memberships for this. There's a wave of traffic. Hold on, Rick, hold on. There's a wave of people leaving their memberships. There's a wave of artists that actually control their masters, taking their records down. This domino effect could snowball into something crazy. Them alone can't do it. But no one alone, Drake alone, taking his music alone off of Spotify is not going to make a blip onto Spotify. It's Spotify. They're a whole entity. They pay artists pennies. It's not going to do it for them. But what I'm saying is this decision from Neil Young is creating a snowball effect that could make a dent in Spotify, bro. It could. It could is all I'm saying.
So him alone, catalog back in 2021 was worth 150 million. It was sold to Hypnosis Songs. They purchased 50% of it. So his catalog, apparently, the rest of it is worth 75. That's what it's saying here. But their market value went up to 1.5 billion. Ooh, that's crazy.
Right.
I just want to know when they're going to start paying people because $40 per 1 million streams ain't it. Cheese.
They're paying podcasters, clearly.
Oh, yes. We're making the big bucks. Number 83, shout out.
We got to see if we're number 83. Cam, you got to start listening on overtime.
Yeah.
Papa Wilkes, Mama Wilkes, come on, Sister Wilkes.
Come on, people. Tell people about the podcast so we
could y'all if all of you started a streaming farm, we'd be number one tomorrow.
Aren't streaming farms like haven't they cracked down on that? I don't know.
What are you talking about, Rick? What are we talking about? Legal things? I'm just talking about what could help us right now.
Farms, non-human streaming farms, bots.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
They've cracked down on that.
Look.
Oh boy.
Look, just get all your friends in a room and have them play it on repeat.
Yeah,
for night. Like 3 days.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
And we'll be number one tomorrow. All we need is time, you know?
Bro, that's my time. That's my time. I can't do anymore.
You can't do anymore?
Now we're going down the rabbit hole. Yeah, I'm good.
Let's go down the rabbit hole a little more, baby.
No, it's time.
It's not time.
Next time.
What about? Hold on, wait, real quick before you go.
Just save it. You did this last time.
Should Whoopi Goldberg be fired? Next time. Should Whoopi Goldberg be fired for her comments?
Oh God, they always do something crazy on The View. No, thank you. I'm out. No.
Did you hear it? Did you hear the comment?
Just send it to me. I'll see.
No, I want to know your thoughts real quick before we go, and then we'll dive deper. We'll dive deeper.
It's beyond time.
But Whoopi Goldberg has said this. See, She has been suspended for 2 weeks from The View.
What?
because of her comments on the Holocaust. I'm quoting: the Holocaust was not about race; it was humanity versus humanity. It wasn't about race.
I don't know. I stay far away from anything they say on The View. It is the bane of women's existence. It really brings women back about 55 years or so. The worst.
God, that's a very dismissive take on The View.
It's terrible.
And this has nothing to do with anything you just said. Jeez.
God, it's terrible. Just anything they say on that show is just awful. I'm glad my wife does not watch that show. They just spew just all kinds of just stuff out their mouths. They cat fights and argue with each other, drive each other to quit. So, everybody's quit. It's
so to this point, Whoopi Goldberg should be suspended.
No, don't pay attention to nothing they say on The View, people. They just saying stuff.
Well, the world is paying attention, Rick, and our job is to comment on what the world is paying attention to. We can't just be so dismissive and call each other doofs, and that's just our take. What a take! Come on, man.
Terrible. The View is terrible. Don't watch it, people.
Okay, now that we know your views on The View, what is your view on what Whoopi Goldberg said? Should she be suspended? And do you think this would happen if it was anybody else on The View saying that?
I have already offered my opinion. They say all types of trash on The View just to get crazy.
That's not a take. Rick, God, you make this hard. Love y'all, man. Take it easy. Lord, this is I'm Desi. That's Rick. We are agreed. Be safe out here. And love you. God.